You know, it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment from us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a and then you want them to treat you like you're a 10. So tell me, Melita, what do you think about that? Especially, and I would say this is probably more prominent over 45. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They got a bad
Damn.
knee.
Gout.
She is going hard, y'all.
That gout.
They got a bad knee. Yes. They sleep with a CPAP machine.
They do. I've been there, done that.
Question. What is a CPAP machine? Can somebody in the comments let me know what a CPAP machine is so I can better understand and then communicate and speak to this whole situation?
I'm just saying, you are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this. And you got me straight. Tripping. Yes. Because at the end of the day, think about it. When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They honest. So why pick the daddy when we can date the son?
Yes.
Clearly, these people are delusional, and I don't know where they from. I don't know where they get the information from. I don't know why the guy that's sitting here in the middle is not stopping her from crashing out. And sometimes I know it sounds like a good idea for you guys to start a podcast, but sometimes you just got to put the podcast equipment down, and you don't want to do this because not one person on this panel is a 10 or a 9 or an 8 or a 7, and I'm going to just leave it at that. Most of us, and when I say most of us, I'm speaking overwhelmingly the majority of us. I know that confidence is key. God bless you with that. I know that people feel like they bad as hell. God bless you with that. But I'm telling you that 99.89% of us are regular, everyday people, including the people that is on this panel. So when they speak, they're speaking not from experience, they're speaking from delusion. Most of us is just regular people. Very rarely do you come across a person that is just a 10 across the board, especially from a woman's perspective. I don't care if you get a BBL. I don't care if you get your lips done. I don't care how many extensions you get in your hair. Very few people are just born aesthetically a 10. And I know that it's all subjective, but I'm telling you just straight up. Real talk. And I want to hear the rest of what they got to say, but I had to first address the delusion. What are you talking about? You could have dated the daddy or the son. Honest to God. And I'm not about to sit here and go back and forth, and I'm also not going to be the person that sit here and try to tear people down, because I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think that in my older age as a 43-year-old man, which I don't even know anything about gout, I don't know nothing about CPAP or C-SPAN or whatever it is that she's talking about. But the reality is that most people are just regular, everyday people. So they're not qualified to speak on this situation from the lens, and don't get me wrong, anybody can have their opinion, but from the lens of a person that is critical of a man and saying that he's not a 10 and he's a 7 at best. These are people that's just stealing talking points from the internet. It's not relevant to the conversation, and yes, a man should have dominion. That is a manly trait. If you cannot subject yourself or submit to a man, then that means that you are not qualified to be in a relationship and you're not qualified to be a wife. Most of these people are remixing what it means to be a wife. And all I see, just purely based off of the communication and what she's saying, is a woman that has been ran through. Hear me out. The only thing that I see right now, based off of what has been communicated, I'm not going based off of looks. I'm not going based off of mindset. I'm not going to be overly critical of all of that. I'm just going to tell you that very rarely do you walk into a 10, number one. And then number two, the mindset tells me that this is a woman that has been around the block for a few years. And if you are above the age of 40 and you have not had a life circumstance like becoming a widow or something like that, chances are, A, you're a single baby mama, and B, that means that, in the words of my dog 2K, you ain't never found a guy that believed in you. Don't let these delusional women trick you into thinking that just because they getting bust down, or that they can get a date from a man that they like, that qualifies them to be a wife. If they have not been wifed up, then that tells you that they are red flag 100% of the time. Let me see if it's any more to mine out of this. I can't believe y'all sent me this. And I always like to link back to the content creator in the description. In the beginning, I had to take my glasses off to make sure I was seeing what I thought I saw and that I was hearing what I thought I was hearing, because I just couldn't believe what was coming out of these people's mouths. Honest to God, I couldn't believe what I was coming out of these people's mouths.
I agree. I agree. She is funny. I agree. I feel like dating over 45, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, is like shopping on a clearance rack. Like,
not clearance.
Yeah.
Not a clearance rack.
Like a rack.
Well, they dragging us. They dragging us through the mud up in here.
The diamond in the rough, you got to find that one piece that it's hard to find. I really honestly feel like
These people is crazy.
Dating over 45 and to what you said, you're a 10 and you have these men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's
Where are these women thinking that they 10s at? What is going on? Who fucked up the game and told these people that they are 10s? How is this being communicated? What is happening right now? Why do people think that they 10s just because they on here or they light skin, whatever? And again, I'm not about to sit here and criticize. I'm not going into that. I'm not doing it. I'm too old and too mature as a 43-year-old man to sit here and go back and forth. But what the fuck is they talking about when you're a 10? This is what? Yo, we need to recalibrate these evaluation scales.
It's a lot.
Maybe it speaks to the ratio.
Look at him. He just looking.
Out there. Feel empowered by that.
No, let them know.
I'm just saying.
I think it's a balance. I feel like when you're at a certain space in your life, you know what I mean? Like I've been divorced. I've been married most of my life, and you're in a certain space. You don't expect or want less than, or your standards and your boundaries are different. So I personally feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been
I don't even know if you can be a 10 above the age of 40. I ain't talking about them. I'm just saying in general.
Challenging, trying. It's been a lot.
Well, but I'll help you out there, Melita.
Yes.
I think a lot of times they expect once you reach a certain age that you're supposed to compromise and settle. And you hear that word a lot. They say, oh, you're 45, you're 48. Just take what you can get. As if you don't bring a lot to the table. Think about it for a second. As women, there's so much we have to do. You know, men, they put on a black tee, some jeans or sweatpants and sneakers, and they out the door. You know, they take their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup, eyelashes, nails, waxing. We got the whole situation.
So basically, they putting on a costume. They getting their whole costume together.
And we have to do only to present ourselves to someone who's subpar. That's crazy. And then to say that we should reduce ourselves down because of the ratios, as they say. But when you talk about the ratios, we should really talk about quality women versus quality men. Because there's a lot of women out here, but Marcel, you know they ain't shit.
Really just taking this all in. I mean, I'm not going to I can't really elaborate on, because I think, from Dawn's perspective though, the question is, what is she saying? Like, what's that standard there, right? What she considers to be a 7 to whoever could be a 10 to someone else. So I think that right there kind of mixes the bowl. That's the first thing, right? Because where you are in your life, that's going to create your standard. That's one. Again, born here in the DMV, District, Maryland, Virginia, for you guys that are national. It's just what it is. It's just kind of like in Atlanta. It's going to be the ratio issue. It's going to be way more women than guys. I wouldn't want to be a female in that situation because it does lend to some of the things that you hear Dawn speaking to. Like, you're just going to have guys that are willing to take a shot because they already know that, listen, like if I see it, let's whatever, we can say a 10 is whatever somebody's perspective is, but that guy sees a 10, he feels emboldened to take the shot because he has nothing to lose. First of all, like that's just what it is.
Yo, you are what you attract. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Henley. 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.